What up, though? This is Nathan Ray with another episode of Ray Recovery. Today is Fabulous Friday, August 20th, in 2021. Goal for today is to practice the spiritual principle of acceptance, particularly the death of a loved one. Death has always been a touchy subject for me. I always wondered if my response to death of a loved one was the right response. If I didn't cry, did that mean I didn't love them? If I cried too much, did that mean if I was weak? If I didn't respond at all, did that mean I didn't care? No, no, and no. I have learned through the years that people respond to death in their own personal way. Just because I didn't respond the way society or I thought you should respond doesn't make it wrong. It's your response. It's your feelings, not mine or society's. Thinking back when my dad passed away, I didn't cry at all, and I always questioned myself if I truly loved him. For years, I blamed my dad for my mishaps. I blamed him for my homelessness. I blamed him for my incarceration, and I most definitely blamed him for my drug addiction. As I was journaling this morning, I got to this point and I stopped. I stopped and thought that I would, uh, I guess, share a little something about my dad. Um, I most definitely love my dad, and I feel myself getting like emotional now, just thinking back on how a great dad he was. Um, all of the great things that he did for me and my siblings. Uh, I can remember one day over my uncle's house, and me and my dad and my uncle was there, and they were talking about their kids, and my uncle Jed, one of his kids, career military person, became a sergeant in the army. Another one at the time was attending Ohio State. Kids were doing really, really well. On the opposite side, um, me and my brother, we were hustlers selling drugs in and out of jail. My sister hustling, getting money by any means necessary. And I saw my dad becoming sad, comparing the children, and it made me sad. And I had to stop him and let him know, like, no, Dad, like, you were great. Um, I'm so grateful and thankful that I had a father in my life, because there's so many of us that come up without a dad, without a father. So for if nothing else, I was grateful that you were there. Um, Man, if I've been making these videos and I've been getting a lot of responses, oh, you look just like your dad. Oh, you sound just like Mr. Ray. Um, and that makes me feel good. I'm glad I can live on through my dad, and it had me thinking. And these are my childhood friends, and it got me thinking back about the things that he would do with the kids in the neighborhood. I remember he would always get out and play touch football with us. He would always play basketball, baseball. My dad was big into sports. You can open his trunk and he'll have a hockey stick, basketball, volleyball, soccer ball. He played all the sports. He loved sports. That was one thing about my dad. Um, Always took us to sporting events. Usually went on one or two vacations a year. Um, Really, really a good dude. Um, I miss you much, man. Um, I do love you. Sincere from the heart, man. Like, I love you and I miss you. I know you looking down from heaven now, and hopefully I have been doing some things in my life that you're proud of. I can remember getting out of prison, and I was like really, really like on the grind, just getting home from prison, the family like to cook the dinner and, welcome you home. And I'm like, nah, like, I got to go get my license had expired when I was in there. I got to go get my license renewed. Um, I got to get my car back on the road, and I need a job. And I remember getting a job, and as a electrician's helper, and then I went to school and became an electrician's apprentice. And I can remember him telling me that he was proud of me. And that shit made me feel so good. You know, I don't think I had ever heard him tell me that he was proud of me. Like, I love that dude. I needed that at that time in my life. And it's bullshit. I can't believe I'm up here crying. But it's all good because, I miss him, and my feelings is my feelings. My emotions is my emotions. I don't know, man. And then looking at my mom, I remember when she died, and my sister blamed me for her death. I was getting high at the time. I remember when I was in the house, my mom had died, and I knew she was sick, and I came in the house and she wasn't there, and several messages on the phone from the hospital, so I knew she was in the hospital and she was sick. But instead of me checking in on her, I just continued to get high, and it was like, you know what, I check on her in the morning. And I remember my sister coming, and I was so strung out, and she was so scared of me. I remember she pulled her gun out on me and was like, pointed at me, and I was like, what? Like, he gonna kill me? So sick at that time, like I wanted to die, and I was like, kill me, like, come on, kill me, like, please kill me, and she just ran because she was just so terrified of me. And I hate that. I hate that, I had to put my family through such hardship, through such turmoil. She called the police, and I left. Family came down, I guess a few weeks later, my mom died. I can remember being at her memorial. And, my parents, they were Jehovah's Witness, so they got cremated, and they had this picture of my mom up there. And I could not look at the picture. Every time I would look at the picture, I just would start crying, like uncontrollable. Like, I could not stop crying. So I wouldn't look at the picture, right? Because my brother, like, shaking me, like, get your shit together, pull yourself together, like, stop crying. You're making us look weak, And that's why I wrote in my journal, hey, if I'm crying too much, am I weak? So I didn't look at her picture, right? And then I would look at my nieces and nephews, and I would see my mom and them, and I would start crying all over again. I'm talking about crying uncontrollable, to the point where, I had to be poured out, and I remember going in the bathroom with my brother. He's shaking me like, get your shit together, like, pull yourself together. And then on the other hand, now, I love you, Uncle Jet, man. I truly do. I love you, man. I can remember my Uncle Jet telling me, it's okay. Like, let that shit out. Go ahead and cry, like, it's okay. Oh, man. I told y'all I don't deal with death well, And when I read my meditation today and it started talking about death, I was like, dag, like, how can I journal about this, And I don't know, I started off journaling, and then I was like, I just got to do a freestyle. I guess I really don't know how to, like, write this down in words, and being that I know, like, my coworker's gonna be rushing in this office in any minute, I didn't have time to like write everything out, so I thought I would just go freestyle. Um, I guess the topic was really like the spiritual principle of acceptance, and accepting the death of a loved one, and how we respond to when we lose those loved ones. Um, Remembering that, hey, we lived through them. At least I feel like I lived through them. Their legacy goes on through me, through my brother, through my sister, through my nephews, uh, um, through my daughter. Like their legacy lives on through us. Um, so yeah, I guess with that being said, I'm gonna chuck y'all up the deuces, and until next time, love y'all. Peace.